get to do one more song, and my buddy Kid Rock is coming out. Thank y'all for the invite. I love you. And this is, we'll make a toast, or we'll raise our thumb in the air, make a salute, however you want to do it. If you're going through hell, keep on going. You can get out. And may we all be in heaven 5 minutes before the devil knows we're dead. With all your heart. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, come out. Never give up. Well, you know those times when you feel like there's a sign there on your back. Says, I don't mind if you kick me. Seems like everybody has. Things go from bad to worse. They think it can't get worse than that, and then they do. Step off a straight and narrow and you don't know where you are. Use a needle of your compass. Sew up your broken heart. Ask directions from a genie in a bottle of Jim Beam, and she lies to you. That's when you learn the truth. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it, you might get out, or the devil even knows you're there. I've been deep down in that darkness, been down to my last match, killed 100 different demons, breathing fire down my back. And I knew that if I stumbled, I'd fall right into the trap that they were laying. But the good news is there's angels everywhere out on the street, holding out a hand to pull you back up on your feet. The ones that you've been dragging for so long, you're on your knees, you might as well be free. Guess what I'm saying? If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it, you might get out, or the devil even knows you're there. Yeah, if you're going through hell, keep on moving, face that fire, just walk right through it. You might get out, or the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it, you might get out, or the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it, you might get out, or the devil even knows you're there. Yeah, you might get out, or the devil even knows you're there. Yeah. God bless y'all. Real recovery. Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Kid Rock.
All right, Colorado, how you feel tonight? You feel good? Let me hear you say yeah. You feel real good? Come on, say yeah. Well, I think we should just get right into it, huh? Big wheels keep on turning. Carry me home to see my kin low. Singing songs about the Southland. I miss her family once again, not playing the same. I heard Mr. Young sing about her. I heard O'Neill put her down. I hope Neil Young you will remember. A Southern man don't need him around anyhow. Come on. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue, the blue, blue, blue. Sweet home Alabama, Alabama. Lord, I'm coming home to you. Here I come. You ready? Yeah. It was 1989. My thoughts were short, my hair was long. Caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan. Splashing through the sandbar, we're talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. We didn't have no internet, but man, I never will forget the way the moonlight shined upon her hair. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song. Sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Come on! Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Catching walleye from the dock, watching the waves roll off the rocks. She'll forever hold a spot inside my soul. We'd blister in the sun, we couldn't wait for night to come to hit Colorado and play a little rock and roll. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song. Sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Put your hands up, come on. Hey. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. All summer long. Hey. Oh, turn it up. Now nothing seems as strange as when the leaves began to change, or how we thought those days would never end. Sometimes I hear that song and I start to sing along and think, man, I'd love to see that girl again. Love to see that girl again. Hey. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, and not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. We were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, and not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Say what? Singing what? A little louder, come on. Singing sweet. You can do better than that, Colorado. Come on. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Oh. Singing about Sweet Home Alabama, yeah. All summer long, all summer long. All right. God bless all of you for coming out tonight. Not only for coming out tonight, but showing your support. Showing your support for a process that many, many of great American souls have given the ultimate sacrifice for. That's really what we're doing here tonight. It's a new song we wrote called Let's Ride. And, you know, I'm not going to sit up here and preach politics. I'll leave that to the pros that are on the way right now. I think my talents have best been served as a musician, as an entertainer, in this whole ordeal, is to been fortunate enough and blessed enough and to been asked many, many times to go all over the world and play for our brave men and women in uniform. So when I was writing a new record, I thought, you know, we had just done an anthem for our local football team, and everybody has their anthems these days. I thought, wouldn't it be nice if our soldiers could have an anthem? And it's not the type of anthem that makes you, you know, cheer up or any of that stuff. It's something when they got to get in there and do the dirty work, when they got to get in those Humvees and go out into the bush and sit up in the mountains of Afghanistan. This is something I hope would maybe get them fired up, and something they could be proud of, something hard, something heavy, but something melodic at the same time. This is called Let's Ride. Grab your gun, son, said we headed for war, like your Uncle J.T. think I've drinking 8 bottles of water since I've been in Colorado for 4 hours. This next song here is a very poignant song about my hometown, Detroit, Michigan. But not only is it about Detroit, it seems, the more I hear the words and it rings true, it's really about a whole lot of cities in this great country of ours. And it talks about no matter what you're going through, the tough times make tough people. And I've never seen a people so resilient as the American people who know how, when they're out of a job, when things aren't going their way, when money's tight, when they're losing their houses, that know how to dust themselves off and pick themselves up and keep on the good fight when things go bad. And I think that's a little bit of what we're all doing here tonight. It's called Times Like These. The lakes and pines, they bleed a beauty and grace. And the rivers, they run wild like an endless race. The forests soar so high, then fall to the sea. As church bells ring and sing in harmony, I heard them say they're shutting Detroit down. But I won't leave, 'cause that is my hometown. And it's times like these we can't replace. It's times like these we must embrace. And even though it's bittersweet and brings us to our knees, it makes us who we are in times like these. The concrete and steel stand strong against the wind, with the memories of what was and what has been. The sounds of sweet soul music and blue-collar blues. There were 17 colors for a Chevy on red, white, and blue. I heard them say that you can't save that town, but I won't leave. I will stand my ground. And it's times like these we can't replace. It's times like these we must embrace. And even though it's bittersweet and brings us to our knees, it makes us who we are in times like these. The ice and snow give way to a new spring bloom. In the wake that hope and faith, they will be home soon. A new day dawns as the good Lord shines from above. 'Cause in the rubble and rust there remains a whole lot of love. And I was here watching it all go down. And I'll still be when it comes back around. And it's times like these we can't replace. It's times like these we must embrace. And even though it's bittersweet, it brings us to our knees. It makes us who we are in times like these. It makes us who we are in times like these. It makes us who we are in times like these. I think they're about ready here, but we're going to play one more for you. But I want to ask you a little question before we do. No matter through this whole thing, what you see on television, what you read in the local newspapers, no matter where it is. I mean, we got news coming at us 24/7, 24/7 about this one said this, and this one said that, and hate this one, and this is what's the matter with your country, and this is who you are, and these are the people you should be with and listen to, and all that other stuff. I just want to know if you believe. I want to know if you still believe that you live in the greatest country in the world. 3, 4. Oh. Hey. Oh. And fast on a rough road, riding high through the mountains, climbing, twisting, turning further from my home. Young, like the new moon rising fierce through the rain and lightning, wandering out into this great unknown. And I don't want no one to cry, but tell them if I don't survive, I was born free. I was born free. I was born free. Born free. And free like a river raging strong is the wind I'm facing, chasing dreams and racing Father Time. And deep like the grandest canyon, wild like an untamed stallion. And you can't see my heart, you must be blind. Well, you can knock me down and watch me bleed, but you can't keep no chains on me. I was born free. I was born free. I was born free. Hey, born free. And I'm not good at long goodbyes. Look down deep into my eyes. I was born free. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Can you feel that, people? Ooh. And calm with facing danger, lost stranger, grateful for my time with no regrets. Close to my destination time, frail and aching, waiting patiently for the sun to set. And when it's done, believe that I will yell it from that mountain high. I was born free. I was born free. I was born free. Born free. And I will bow to the shining seas and celebrate God's grace on thee. I'm born free. Hey. You were born free. We were born free. Born free. Everybody put an arm in the air, side to side. Whoa. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Wow. Whoa. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. One more time, everybody. Come on, sing. Whoa. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, I was born free. God bless you all. God bless America. Go Romney, go Ryan, yeah!
Big truck, gonna open up the doors and turn it up. Gonna stomp my boots in the Georgia mud. Gonna watch you make me fall in love. Get up on the hood of my daddy's tractor. Up on the toolbox, it don't matter. Down on the tailgate, girl, I can't wait to watch you do your thing. Shake it for the young bucks sitting in the honky tonks. For the rednecks rocking till the break of dawn. The DJ swinging that country song. Come on, come on, come on. Shake it for the birds, shake it for the bees. Shake it for the catfish swimming down deep in the creek. For the crickets and the critters and the squirrels. Shake it to the moon, shake it for me, girl. Oh, country girl, shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me.
Please welcome Romney for President, Colorado Grassroots Chairman, Leandre Golston.
Thank you, Colorado. Thank you very much. So I have a question. Are there any Americans in the audience? Are there any free people in the audience? Is there anybody else here who wants to take back their republic in the next 2 weeks? Excellent. I have one public service announcement. Early voting has started. So let's make noise here and at the ballot box as well. Turn out the neighbors, turn on the lights. It's going to be a barn burner, and we need everybody on board to elect Romney Ryan, President and Vice President of the United States. A little bit about me. I'm a veteran, and I want to say thanks to all my veterans and all the people serving right now. We know what you're fighting for, and we haven't forgotten. I'm a black man. I'm an American. And yes, I'm a Republican. These things are not mutually exclusive, and I'm here as living proof. A friend of mine, when I found out I was speaking tonight, a friend of mine says, you know, Leandre, bet you can't make a speech from one letter. It's one letter. I said, okay. So I looked up at this beautiful flag of Colorado, made from real people, in the middle here, because the heart of Colorado is our people, each and every one of us. But C is not a very good letter. So I got to thinking, how about a big red R? A big red R next time that stands for real recovery. A big red R next time that stands for real leadership and ready to lead on the first day. A big red R from the people of Colorado that says we realize government has limits and we're really in control in this country, not the government. A big red R that says remember the promise of prosperity and the blessings of liberty that we're all charged to hand to our children and their children. How about a big red R for that? How about a big red R for Romney Ryan? So when we add it up together, we have a red state that's ready to elect the next president, a president who is ready to lead, a president who has a plan for a real recovery, and that's it. That's the R. That's the speech. I simply want to end by saying thank you and God bless America. And my last two R's again. Elect Romney Ryan in 15 days. Thank you. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the governor of New Mexico, Susana Martinez.
And buenas noches, Colorado! What did you think of last night's debate? I think we saw the next president sitting across from a Barack Obama, didn't you? All the debates have been great, especially the first one. But in President Obama's defense, it's kind of hard to win a debate when you haven't done what you said you were going to do. And it's hard to win an election when you're running on a string of broken promises. Just look at our nation's pocketbook. President Obama promised to cut our debt in half during his first term. Then he ran a $1 trillion deficit every year since he's been in office. He hasn't reduced our debt. He's added over $5 trillion to it. He's promised to get our financial house in order. But that's kind of hard to do when you haven't even passed a budget in 3 years. Now, President Obama rattled off a cute joke last night about defense planning not being a game of battleship. Well, Mr. President, our budget isn't a game of Monopoly either. How about immigration reform? He promised to pass it in his first year in office. Pass it. He hasn't even proposed it. And by now, the president said he'd have unemployment down to 5.4%. As you know, we're nowhere near that. In fact, the difference between what he promised and where we're at today is nearly 9 million Americans out of work. You know, I could go on, but you know it, and I know it. The hope, change, and bipartisanship that was promised doesn't exist in Washington. We've been left with gridlock, division, and a real concern about the future of our families. Now, fortunately, there's a guy backstage who's got the answers to the problems that we face. And his is a record that we should all take a look at. Mitt Romney balanced budgets for 25 years in business. He took over the Olympics. He took over the Olympics that were failing and turned it around. And as governor of Massachusetts, he turned a budget deficit into a rainy day fund. And he did it with a legislature that was 87% Democrat. Now that's something I can really appreciate. And frankly, it's the spirit of bipartisanship we could really use in Washington right now. But the biggest disappointment of the president's campaign this year may be that the president hasn't described a plan for the future. Think about it. We've had 3 debates. Has President Obama promised us anything new in his second term? And, as was said in the debate last night, attacking Mitt Romney is not an agenda. And 4 more years, like the last 4 years, is not a solution. Now, a lot of Americans voted for President Obama in 2008. Colorado, like New Mexico, voted for the president. I didn't vote for him, but I was optimistic. We all hoped he'd deliver on his promises, because we all want America to succeed. But the bottom line is he's had 4 years, and Colorado families simply can't afford to give him 4 more. Now, President Obama's not a bad person. I mean, he's a good man. He loves his country, and he loves his family. But we have to face the facts. His policies have let us down at a time when we so badly need to be lifted up. And especially when he refuses to defend his record or talk about the future. How can any of us expect that we could have another 4 years of these same policies and expect different results? I have a question for you. Do we need a different result? Do we need to put America on a different course? Do we need a different and better path for our families? It's simple. If we want a different result, then we need to elect a different president. Not just for the Republican Party, but for every child out there who deserves a future of endless opportunity, who deserves the promise of America to be available to them. You know, the stakes couldn't be higher. The impact that each one of you, the impact you can have on this election could not be greater. And the choice for president could not be clearer. I hope you'll join me in supporting a strong leader, a successful businessman, a governor who has worked across the aisle, and a man with the right vision for America. It's time to elect Mitt Romney as the President of the United States of America.
I'm George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window and ice cold beer sitting in the console. Memory lane up in the headlights has got me reminiscing on them good times. I'm turning off from real life driving, that's right, I'm hitting easy street on mud tires. Back in the day, Potts Farm was a place to go. Load the truck up, hit the dirt road. Jump the barbed wire, spread the word. Light the bonfire and call the girls. King in the can and the Marlboro man. Jack and Jim were a few good men where you learn how to kiss and cuss and fight too. Better watch out for the boys in blue. In all this small town, he said, she said. Ain't it funny how rumors spread like I know something y'all don't know? And that talk is getting old. You better mind your business, man. Watch your mouth before I have to knock that loud mouth out. I'm tired of talking, man. Y'all ain't listening. Them old dirt roads is what y'all miss. I'm chilling on the dirt road,
feels to get off the road, trucks and four wheels. Jump on in, and man, tell your friends we'll raise some hell with a blacktop in. Chilling on the dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, and ice cold beer sitting in the console. Memory laid up in the headlights, it's got me reminiscing on good times. Turning off a real life driving, that's right, I'm hitting easy street and love times. That's right. I'm chilling on a dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window, and ice cold beer sitting in the console. Memory laid up in the headlights, it's got me reminiscing on them good times. I'm turning off a real life driving, that's right, I'm hitting Lazy Street on love times. That's right.
Sun coming up over New York City.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Governor of New Mexico, Susana Martinez, and Rodney Atkins.
How are you again, Colorado? You know that you guys can decide this election, don't you? This is important. It could come down to Colorado. Are you ready to pick the next president of the United States? What do you think of Mitt Romney? And Paul Ryan? You think they'd make a great president and vice president of the United States? They need you, Colorado, and they need you now. You can decide this election. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the next Vice President of the United States, Congressman Paul Ryan.
Hello, Colorado. Look at this. We love you guys. Hey, Colorado. Colorado. Hey, Colorado. Are you ready to help us win this thing? That's right. Man. That's right, sir. We can do this. We will do this. I want to thank this great governor of New Mexico, Susana Martinez. Thank you so much. And let's hear it for Rodney Atkins and for Kid Rock. Guys, awesome. Thank you so much. We got some great Colorado leaders here. Cory Gardner, Bob Beaupre, Mike Kaufman, Joe Coors, thank you guys for all your leadership. Thank you for putting your necks on the line for us. We love Colorado. We've been coming out here since I was a little guy. My wife, every year in childhood, went to this little place called Lost Valley Ranch out in Pike National Forest. We've been coming out fishing, skiing, mountain biking, climbing. This is a beautiful state, and this beautiful state is going to deliver Mitt Romney as the next president of the United States, isn't it? And you know what we saw last night? Last night we witnessed, for the third time, a man who was ready to be a great president. And what we witnessed was a man with a vision, a man with bold ideas, a man with solutions. What we also witnessed was a president who's out of ideas. We witnessed a president who really has no record to run on. What we witnessed is a president who is simply offering more of the same. And you know what, Colorado? We can't afford 4 more years like these last 4 years. We need to elect Mitt Romney to put us back on the right track. You see, all that President Obama is offering more of the same. More borrowing, more spending, more taxing, more money printing. If that would work, we would be entering a golden age along with Greece. It doesn't work. 4 years ago, he came here to Denver. He offered so much hope, so much change. Candidate Obama then said, if you don't have any fresh ideas, you use stale tactics to scare voters. If you don't have a record to run on, you paint your opponent as someone to run from. You make a big election about small things. That's what he said 4 years ago. Sadly, that is exactly what he has become. And we're not going to fall for it, are we? We saw the clear choice yet again last night. We saw that Governor Romney is offering a specific plan. You see, this election, we're not just picking the next president for 4 more years. We are picking the direction and the course of our country for a generation. This is that kind of an election. It doesn't matter what generation you come from. This is the most important election in your generation. And while Mitt Romney is offering specific solutions, plans to get the 23 million people struggling for work to find a job, President Obama is scrapping to try and keep his job by distorting Mitt Romney, by trying to distract voters, to try and win by default, and we're not going to fall for it, are we? Of all those times, this is one of those times where the man and the moment are meeting so well. We need leadership. We have serious problems. We need leadership. Of all the things we know about Mitt Romney, the one word that rushes to your mind is this man is a leader. This man is a job creator. He turned around the Olympics. He helped create tens of thousands of jobs as a successful businessman. And by the way, being successful in business, that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. We think that's good. We want more people to become successful. We take pride in that. When he was governor of a Democratic state, did he demean and demoralize and demagogue the Democrats? No. He reached across the aisle. He didn't compromise principle, but he found common ground and he got things done. He balanced the budget without raising taxes. That's the kind of leader we need in the White House right now. Someone who's going to get things done. At a time when we have a jobs crisis in America, wouldn't it be nice to have a job creator in the White House? I mean, the president's run out of ideas. He's going to try and distract you for the next 2 weeks. We're not going to fall for it because what we're offering is to give you, our fellow countrymen and women, a clear choice. It's a plan to get us back to work, to bring us back together, to leave our kids and our grandkids a debt-free nation, to grow the economy, to create jobs, to use our energy, to get people back out of poverty, back in the middle class. It takes leadership. And here's what we are committing. We are not going to duck these tough issues. We're not going to kick the can down the road. We're going to lead. And we're not going to spend 4 years blaming other people. We're going to take responsibility and fix this mess in Washington. And we are not going to try to transform this country into something it was never intended to be. We are going to reclaim and reapply those founding principles that made us great, that our veterans right here fought for. This is what we're going to do. The man who's going to do this is right here. The man who's going to put us back on the right path. The man that Colorado's going to deliver. The man who's going to be our next president of the United States is right here. His name is Mitt Romney, and here he is, the next president of the United States, Mitt Romney.
Fast on a rough road, riding high through the mountains, climbing, twisting, turning further from my home. Young, like a new moon rising, fierce through the rain and lightning, wandering out into this great unknown. And I don't want no one to cry, but tell them if I don't survive, I was born free. I was born free. I was born free. Born free.
Thank you, Colorado. Wow, that's a Colorado welcome, I got to tell you. Oh. Thank you. Boy, what a place this is. This is This is a magnificent place for a guy born in Detroit to come here and look at these extraordinary mountains. You look at the handiwork of our Creator, and it's just overwhelming. Of course, there's nothing more impressive. There's nothing more impressive, of course, than the handiwork of creating a child of God, and we're all brothers and sisters in a human family that right now wants to see the kind of leadership that America can bring to the world, and Paul Ryan and I intend to bring it with your help. And you hear the word grassroots from time to time, about how the grassroots are involved. You recognize that the most important thing in helping change the course of a nation and setting the course on the path that will lead to greatness and prosperity again and again, that is the grassroots of America. That's the people of America. That's who we are tonight. That is you. And your willingness to be here tonight it makes the difference, and you're voting. By the way, there's early voting now. You can take your ballots and send them in if you got them. And you could early vote You guys, if you got your absentee ballots, make sure and send it in. If you haven't got one, get into the center to make sure that you get voted early. We want to get that done. We want to bank all those votes so that on election day you can go out and get people to the polls that otherwise wouldn't get there. Will you do that for me? Now, my heart is full. My heart is full because there's so many friends here, and that includes you, but also it includes Governor Susana Martinez, who's come here from New Mexico to welcome me and introduce us, and Rodney Atkins. We listen to Rodney's music almost every day because on the campaign trail we play it. When we come by afterwards and shake some hands, it's Rodney's music we listen to. He's a great patriot. I love him. Love listening to him. And Kid Rock is a Detroit guy, and I was born in Detroit as well, and so we hear Born Free every day as well, and recognize what a privilege it is to be born in the nation, the greatest nation in the history of the earth, that enjoys freedom and shares it with our friends around the world. Thanks, Kid Rock. And just before I came in here, I met another Colorado great. To see Todd Helton and to see his support means the world. Now, I'm not sure how busy you've been the last few weeks, but did you get a chance to watch the debates? They have supercharged our campaign, I've got to tell you that. And you know, we're on the home stretch now. And I think the people of Colorado are going to get us all the way there. What do you think? What you're seeing across this country as we've had these debates and as Paul and I have gone across the nation, you're seeing this movement growing. You're seeing people coming together to say, you know, we love America. We recognize we can do better. I came in and some of the folks here were holding signs, Democrats for Romney, all right? I love that. I love that. You see, Paul and I have a few things in common. One is we've both learned how to reach across the aisle in our elected office to find ways to work with Democrats, Republicans, Independents to get the job done. And we need you to reach across the neighborhood to Democrats and Independents as well. Make sure they understand that this is a year to vote for real change if you want to have real recovery. I need you to get those folks to vote for us. And if they ask you, well, why should we vote for Mitt and Paul and instead of the team that's there now? You got a lot of things you can tell them, but one is this. Say, look at the Obama campaign. It's reduced to talking about smaller and smaller things. They're talking about saving characters on Sesame Street. They're talking about silly word games. Day in and day out, there's one attack after the other, and attacks on us. That does not make an agenda for the future. Our campaign is about getting this economy going, getting good jobs for the American people, leading in the world, protecting freedom, and creating a bright and prosperous future. What you're seeing from the Obama campaign is an incredibly shrinking campaign. Look, the president's out of ideas. He's out of excuses. And in November, you're going to make sure he's out of office. Look, Paul and I can handle 2 more weeks of attacks, but I don't think America can handle 4 more years like the last 4 years. I mean, you think about it. You think about it. Do you think we can handle 4 more years where there are 23 million Americans that are out of work looking for a good job? Do you think we can handle 4 more years with declining incomes every year? Do you think we could handle 4 more years with declining home values? How about 4 more years with gasoline prices going up and up and up? Are you ready for a real recovery? How about a Well, if you want a real recovery, and I can tell by your response, the answer is yes to that. If you want a real recovery, we're going to have a real change. And the president said he was a president of change, but in fact, he's become a president of status quo. And the policies of the president are a continuation of what we've seen over the last 4 years. He calls his campaign slogan forward. I think forewarned is a better term. The president said that he can't change Washington from the inside. He can only change it from the outside. Well, we're going to give him that chance, you see. And Paul and I, by finding good Democrats and good independents and Republicans, are going to work to change Washington from the inside. And the different course that we will take from what the president would take, it's pretty stark in comparison. There's no question, but if the president's reelected, you're going to see at the end of 4 years about $20 trillion in debt. If Paul and I are elected, and we will be elected by you, then we're actually going to pull back federal spending, and we're going to cap it at 20% of the economy, and we're going to finally get America on track to a balanced budget. If the president had his way, why, he's going to cut $716 billion out of Medicare. If we get our way, we're going to put that money back in Medicare and honor the promises made to our seniors. If the president has his way, why, you're going to see your health insurance premiums go up by about $2,500 a year, because you see, he'll install Obamacare, we'll repeal Obamacare, and finally get the kind of health care that holds down costs. And there's no question in my mind, but if the president were to be reelected, why, you would see unemployment stay at extremely high levels for additional years. This recovery has been more tepid than it should have been. Right now, he said we'd be at 5.4% unemployment. We're 9 million jobs short of that. You think of that. These are real people living lives. They're having a hard time making ends meet, having a hard time planning and thinking about the future. If you've been unemployed for any period of time, you know it's not just about the money. It also has a big impact on how you feel about yourself and about your relationship with others, and sometimes even your faith is tested. Look, these are tough times for a lot of Americans. And the president's answer to this is another stimulus and more government workers and higher taxes. That hasn't worked. The right course for America is our 5-step plan to get America working. We're going to put it in place to get the jobs America needs. And you know what they are. My guess is, as I tell them to you, you can say them as well, but don't. But number one, we're going to get North American energy independence within 8 years. We're going to do that, we're going to take advantage of our coal, our oil, our natural gas, our nuclear, and our renewables. We're also Number two, we're going to take advantage of trade. We're going to make trade work for us. It's good for us to trade with other nations. That creates jobs for us, particularly in Latin America. There's opportunity there. Latin America's economy is almost as large as the economy of China, and it's fast growing, a growing middle class. We need more trade with Latin America. We'll get it. And by the way, if nations cheat in trade, and China has cheated, I will stop it. We cannot allow them to steal our jobs on an unfair basis. We're going to make sure our training programs help people get the skills they need. We're going to make sure our schools are world class again, and we're going to do that by doing a simple thing, making sure that in everything we do in education, the kids and the parents and the teachers come first, and the teachers' union and their interest is going to have to come behind. Number four, we are going to balance the budget because we're not going to have people come invest and start enterprises here unless they see that we're not on the road to Greece. And if we keep spending more than we take in, we're going to sell our future. We're going to crush our kids with a massive debt. It's immoral. It's wrong. We have to have a balanced budget. And number five, we're going to champion small business. We're going to make it easier for small business to grow and thrive. Small business, by the way, is where the president intends to raise taxes. And raising taxes on small business kills jobs. Paul Ryan and I will not raise taxes on small business. We'll lower them, and we'll lower taxes on the middle class in America. You see, the president's status quo campaign, going forward with the same ideas as we've seen over the last 4 years is why he's slipping. And it's why our campaign is gaining. It's why this movement is growing across the country. And it's why we need you to go out and get other people and recruit you to this cause, because we need to take back America and get America strong again, providing for our citizens a bright and prosperous future. We can do better. We don't have to settle for what we've seen over the last 4 years. Americans are tired of being tired. We can do better. We have within us, within the American people, the entrepreneurial spirit to build businesses and grow them and to hire one another. We have the skills to be able to educate people with the opportunities they might have for a future. And of course, in this great country, we have a series of qualities that, in my view, define some of the greatness of the human spirit. I've throughout my life had the chance to see something about the heart of the American people. It's an unusual people in many respects. I'll tell you a story that you may have heard. I was a Boy Scout leader some years ago, and I was at a Boy Scout Court of Honor, and there was a Formica table at the front of the room, and at the end of the Formica table was a flagpole with a flag on it. I was sitting next to the flag, and the person speaking at the podium was the Scoutmaster from Monument, Colorado, and he said that the troop there in Monument wanted to have a very special American flag, so they bought one. It's one with the gold tassels around the outside, and they had it flown above the Capitol building. And then when it came home, they said, well, we could make it even more special if it went up on the space shuttle. So they contacted NASA and said, would you take our flag with you on the space shuttle? And NASA said, well, space is at a premium in space, but they said, sure, we'll take this Boy Scout souvenir on this flight. And so he said the boys were so proud. They were looking from their home rooms on TV as they watched the shuttle launch and saw the rocket taking that shuttle in the air, and then they saw it explode on the TV screen. And he said, he called NASA a couple weeks later and said, have you found any remnant of our flag? And they said, no, we haven't. And he said he called every week for months and still no word of any remnant of the flag. And then I think it was about September he mentioned that he was looking through an article about some of the debris that had been found from the Challenger disaster. And they mentioned a flag. And so he contacted NASA, and they said, in fact, we do have a presentation to make to you. And so the boys and their troop got together with a representative of NASA, and the boys were handed this plastic container. And they opened the container, and there was their flag in perfect condition. And he said, and that's the flag at the end of the table next to Mr. Romney. It was on that flagpole. And so I reached out and I grabbed it and held it out, and it was as if electricity was running through my arm. Because I thought of those astronauts and what they'd sacrificed and why they'd sacrificed for learning, for discovery. We're pioneers. It's in our nature to live for something bigger than ourselves, to give of ourselves for great things. It's what Americans do. I think of the young men and young women who graduate from high school or college and say, I'm going to put my career on the side. I'm going to go into the military and serve our country. It's that kind of spirit. How many in the audience this evening are members of the armed forces or veterans? Please raise your hand and be recognized. Wow. Thank you. I love that stanza in one of our national hymns, that stanza that says, "Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life." Thank you to our veterans and members of our armed services. A nation of people who give to others. I think of a single mom who scrimps and saves so that she can provide a good meal to her child at the end of the day. Or to a dad that's got 2 jobs right now. 2 jobs so he can make sure that his kids have clothes that don't make them look different than the other kids at school. I think of the mom and dad who are saying to each other, we're not going to exchange gifts this Christmas because we want to make sure our kids have a good Christmas. It is in our heart. It is in the American way to give to others. We're a compassionate and caring and patriotic and God-loving people. And this great nation is called upon right now to decide what kind of nation we want to be in the future. And I'm convinced that the principles that made us the nation that we are principles that must be restored and extolled. And Paul Ryan and I will do that. We'll bring back the America that has been the hope of the earth. And we need your help. We need... Because it matters. It matters for your kids and for their kids. It matters for 23 million Americans struggling to get a good job. It matters for the future of our planet to have a nation like ours, the leader of the world, strong and robust, with a strong military and a strong economy and strong values and strong allies. It matters. We're going to make it happen. Colorado, you need to make it happen. We can do it together. I love this country. I believe in America. I believe in you. We together can make America the great hope of the earth it's always been. Thank you so very much. We sure love you guys. Thank you. What a welcome. What a send-off. Thank you.
Fast on a rough road, riding high through the mountains, climbing, twisting, turning further from my home. Young, like a new moon rising, fierce through the rain and lightning, wandering out into this great unknown. And I don't want no one to cry, but tell them if I don't survive, I was born free. I was born free. I stranger, grateful for my time with no regrets. Close to my destination, tired, frail and aching, waiting patiently for the sun to set. And when it's done, believe that I will yell it from that mountain high. I'm born free. I'm born free. I'm born free. Born free. And I will bow to the shining seas and celebrate God's grace on me. I was born free. I'm born free. I'm born free. Born free. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 worked all week, cleaned up, clean cut, and clean shaved. I got the cover off the 68. I fired it up and let them horses sing a little pretty thing, a little tan leg Georgia dream. But she's rocking them holy jeans. Baby, what you got going on Saturday? You know, word's got it, it's gonna be a party out of town about half a mile. Four-wheel drives and big mud tires, musket down.